Imagine this, you create an epic content which takes you a month's worth of time. You put extensive amount of time on research, creating the content, arranging it with infographics, images, and polishing it, all for nothing. Just crickets. I can imagine the disappointment you feel when you create such a long piece of content and put so much effort into it, and it results in just crickets and no money value in return, $0 earned. I can understand it because I have been in the same place. But after this video, you will never have to experience that again. You will always create content which gets high traffic based on market validation of your topic and niche, and the high demand based on hard data. We will use hard data to validate that your content will always be a hit. If you're new to the channel, my name is Abhik Shom and I help solopreneurs ace and profit from their content, and I've been doing so for 11 years myself from my blog The Starting Idea, and I use my own personal successes and failures and mistakes and condense it in a way that you get the actual actionable tips and strategies so that you never make the same mistakes as me again, and you always double down on the things which I did right and have a smooth journey and grow faster like never before. So, how do you create content which always is a hit and gets you high traffic and translates into money? You do this by first identifying your content niche, and then you validate that niche and see actual hard demand for that niche. So you are never doing any kind of guesswork and always creating content that gets high traffic based on hard data. So how to find your niche as a solo content creator? The best way to find your niche is by finding the sweet spot between these four aspects. So the first point is projects you're proud of. So see the projects you have done in the past and see which one of them has got you the maximum industry clout that you can talk about and share in your portfolio and be proud of. So you can see the projects you have worked with, the big companies you have worked with or been an intern in, and in some company where you have achieved some outstanding results. Those are the projects you are proud of. The second is clients you enjoyed working with. So study the clients you have worked with and see the kind of clients who offered the least amount of resistance in your natural state of work and for whom it was the easiest to deliver results for, who were the easiest to work with and you share a great friendly rapport with, who have talked nicely about you, there is a great camaraderie with them. Those are the clients you have enjoyed working with. Next is projects you have achieved great results in. This ties up with the second point which I touched, is that projects you have had great results in, where you have delivered some outstanding result without much extracurricular effort and it was much more easier to deliver those results. Think of clients which you can create a great case study in and got amazing testimonials for. So the next point would be projects that you can learn from and fascinate you. Think about the kind of topics which you enjoy talking about. You can enjoy speaking about and just speak naturally on camera or on writing. What kind of topics which you feel the most connected with, which are easier for you, which doesn't have to be a brain drain or an effort, which you can do even as a hobby. Those are the topics which you enjoy most and they fascinate you and you love to learn on them. So see these kind of 4 points about projects you're proud of, clients you enjoy working with, projects you have achieved great results in, and projects that you can learn from and fascinate you. So we need to find a sweet spot between them and what kind of topic or what kind of niche is coming from them, on which topic is common between all 4 is the sweet spot, and that would be your niche. So the 4-question filter test. So we can double down on the last 4 points by asking 4 questions to ourselves. First is, what do you like to do? What do I enjoy working on? What do you enjoy reading about? It's something which is very natural for you. And where do you have unique results in? What kind of topic where you have some unique outstanding results in? What do you know most about? What kind of topics do you know most about, which comes natural to you? and where have you written or talked about in the past. For example, if you have a blog already, what kind of topics you have written about, what do people know you, what does your network know you for, what does your work circle know you for. That is again coming out if the answer will be the niche which you would like to work on, because this, if the answer for all the four is one niche, that is the niche, or the answer for majority is that one niche, that is the niche you should focus on. So why this method matters? As you can see, looking on a niche is all about what you have previous experience in, have done something successfully, or something that you are passionate about and enjoy working on. Because see, if you have unique results in, and if you enjoy working on it, that niche is much more easier than a niche. Like for example, for me, it would be much more easier to work on content marketing than, let's say, if I talk about web development and coding, because I don't know about web development and coding. I have not worked for a web developing on a web developing project for a client, so it would be difficult for me. So what will be more natural to me, what do people know me for, what I have previous experience in, that is my niche, and that is what I should focus on, instead of something which maybe offers me more money but I don't know anything about it. So I will be ending up wasting more time and the client's money, and that won't be serving me in any way possible, because in the end I will lose money because I don't know that topic. So you have to see and able to create content based on your experiences with the key lessons, mistakes and advice. So again, you can't create content on a topic where you have no experience in, like cybersecurity, or like I said, web development, or I don't know, financial analysis, if you don't have experience on that topic. If you have, go for it, because that's your niche, that's what you have experience in. But if you don't have it, then how can you talk about it? Talk about something where you have already worked on, have experience in, have written about, know the industry, because then you will be able to talk about your own unique experiences, your own unique inputs, the advices, the collection of notes you have, the kind of mistakes you have made, the successes you have got, the tactics you can use. All that would be your personal experience put out on content, be it the video or the written content, but it will be your own personal experience. It will not be generic advice which anybody can Google and copy paste. It will be your own unique experience from your own unique situation, and that would be much more powerful than anything generalistic. Because in the age of AI, where you can just rehash the content which is available online, and AI can rehash it and put it out there in new words. This is how you will stand out in such a world, by putting your own unique experiences there, instead of the AI trash and AI slop. Here, by putting your own unique experiences, putting your own advices, your own mistakes, your own successes, people will see that this person is experienced, a real person who has gone through this, and he is putting himself out there with his own problems, his own successes, his own mistakes, and putting it out there and helping us from his own experiences, unlike others who are using AI to advise you, which anybody else can also just use ChatGPT and get the advice which the other person is talking about. But if you have the experience, you are at a different state. So this is how you create a differentiation from others and make your content more unique, and that's your unique selling proposition also. So now we have some idea of the niche. How do we validate it? How do we validate that, okay, this is my niche, but is there a demand for this niche? Is there a demand for this niche in the market, so that when I create content on this niche, it gets me high traffic, it is a hit, and I get money from, the affiliate sales, from client queries and winning clients from there. Will that niche work for me? Because my interest can be in a niche. Let's say my interest can be in a niche, for example, candle making. But what if candle making doesn't have that much amount of interest that people would pay good money to learn it? Not saying that candle making doesn't have interest. This is just at the top of my head. I'm just trying to give you an example of a niche where it might be a very lucrative, it might be an enjoyable thing which I like. Maybe I have worked for clients before and I've got results in, but there might not be demand for them. So then that would be a problem. So we also need to validate the niche we have ascertained for ourselves in the previous step has some actual market demand based on hard data, so that when we create content, it makes money for us. So how do we do that? So we need to understand the concept of idea validation first. So idea validation in its simplest form is all about mapping demand in the market for your niche specific product idea or content idea. So it is in its simplest core form, it's all about mapping the demand in the market, how the market sees the topic. Do they have any interest in the topic? Do they want to pay money for that topic? Is there a pain point in the market which that topic solves? That is the demand in the market, and that is for how you are certain that if that niche is the right niche for you, because it is based on validation of the market. So the way to do it is by something called the 3-step BuzzSumo strategy. It's a very unique and interesting strategy. Let me take you through it. So the step 1 would be, now that you have somewhat idea of your niche, make a list of top 10 websites or the top products, influencers and media sites related to your niche. You can find them by simply Googling a niche keyword, or Googling best tools in the niche, best influencers in the niche, or best top 10 websites in the niche. This will give you a list of sites which are the top leaders in your niche. Make a list of these websites on Google, Google Sheets or Google Doc. Now, get a free 30-day trial of BuzzSumo. Last check, BuzzSumo has a free trial. Use it, and even if not, it comes for cheap. Use it for a month. You will not regret it. It will be the most valuable thing you will do. And enter each of the websites on BuzzSumo. What it will do is that it will fetch their best performing content over in terms of shares, backlinks, traffic for each of the sites. So you enter each site and BuzzSumo will tell you the best performing content for each site based on certain filters, like best performing article based on the number of shares it got on social media, best performing article out of the entire website based on the number of link backs it is getting. So it will arrange the number of articles in the website based on these filters, and you need to see the best performers. So make a list of the top 5 best performing articles for each of the websites and put it on a Google Sheet under the site name. For example, if my competitor is Neil Patel, so I will enter Neil Patel's website and put it on BuzzSumo and see the best performing article of Neil Patel's website based on the number of shares, based on the number of traffic, and I'll note down like the top 5 articles, and I'll open Google Sheets and put Neil Patel's name there, and put the 5 articles below his name to show that for Neil Patel's website, these are the 5 best performing articles. Now, why did we do this? So we did this because these are the content pieces that are resonating most with your niche audience. So they are the data verified hits in solving specific problems in your industry. These are the content pieces which audience has an actual demand for, because that's why they are getting the number of shares, the number of traffic that they are getting. See, nobody would share an article which they have not resonated with, right? If an article is getting so many number of shares, the maximum number of shares out of an entire website of a top industry leading website, that means that article has something unique about it, and it has been written by industry experts. So they have already researched about the topic, right? They have already researched about the topic, and based on the topic, this topic is performing the best out of all the topics. So this is data verified way to understand what is the demand in your industry, what kind of topics are they looking for in solving specific problems in the industry. So this will also be helpful in validating any other same niche product you create on top of your content. For example, you can say that for my niche, if I enter a competitor's website and the best performing article for, like, let's say Neil, since we are talking about Neil Patel, I enter Neil Patel's website and the best performing article on Neil Patel's site based on the amount of traffic it is getting is about content strategy. So based on my content, I will write a content piece about content strategy. I know that it has high demand, so it will get traffic, and also it will create a hypothesis like there is demand for this topic, so I can create a tool also based on this topic, knowing that there is demand for the topic. Now let's double down on validating our niche. We need to double down so that we can understand that it's an actual clear demand in the market and there are no doubts left. So here are a few key research tactics you can use to test and validate if your niche idea is profitable or not. So first, search your niche on Amazon and see what kind of books are coming for the topic. If there are a number of books on the topic, more than 10, 20, that means there is an active demand for that topic and for solutions for that topic. That means that niche will be more or less successful. Next, use Facebook. Go to Facebook search bar and search your niche on Facebook search bar and see if there are multiple groups created for that topic. If you see more than 15 to 20 groups, that means the demand is high. And you can double down by also seeing the number of members in the group. If a group averages between 5,000 to 10,000 members in the top groups, you have a winning niche in your hands. So search the niche on Facebook, see the number of groups. If there are 15 to 20 groups and the top groups have around 5,000 to 10,000 members, that means you have a winning niche in your hands. And that is how you basically validate the demand for the niche you have asserted. And this is how you find the content niche and validate the content niche for your future content pieces. So I hope you like this video. If you like more such videos, follow my channel. Lots of interesting things coming up at the Starting Idea. I'll see you in the next one.